You make me happy even when you're awful. I would rather be with you, even the you that you seem to think is diminished, than with anyone else in the world. This passage is from the Jojo Moyes movie, Me Before You. In my speech, I will talk about the beautiful story of Will Traynor and Lou Clark in the movie Me Before You, and how it is a great example of how a relationship in a movie meets the stages of relational development, found in Chapter 7 of our Communication 101 textbook, Real Communication. Everyone here has had a relationship with someone before, whether it be romantic or not, because we as human beings are relational people. I have read Chapter 7 and have recently seen the movie Me Before You. Today I will explain the following concepts: how a relationship can come together through increased communication, and how a relationship can fall apart due to decreased communication. Let's begin with my first point, increased communication. According to O'Hare and Wyman in our textbook, the 3 stages to increase a relationship through communication would start out with the initiation stage. It is when you make contact with another person by saying hello or asking their name. This happens in the movie when Lou is hired by Will's mother to be a caretaker of him because he is a quadriplegic, to keep Will company. Lou first meets Will and he is closed off. He becomes interested in Lou once she persistently tries to be nice to him. He sees something in her that he's attracted to. The next stage is the exploratory stage, which is seeking relatively superficial information from your partner. Lou tries to get information out of Will every single day that she's taking care of him. And one day he opens up as they take a walk, and he asks Lou to explain herself to him, like why she dresses all crazy and why she is so persistent in trying to be nice to him. The next stage would be the intensification stage, which is when the relational partners move their communication toward more personal self-disclosure. Lou realizes that Will wants to die because he was in so much pain from his medical condition, and he gave his parents 6 months until he was going through an assisted suicide death. She decides to make the most out of the time he has left and decides to take him on many small dates. They go to the horse races and they go to the symphony, and this is when they become more intimate as a couple. Now that I have covered how relationships can come together through increased communication, let's move to how relationships can fall apart due to decreased communication. Again, according to O'Hare and Wyman, in the text, here are 3 stages that can decrease the relationship because of decreased communication. This starts with the declining stage, when the relationship begins to fall apart. The declining stage starts when they take a trip to an island called Mauritius. Lou finds out that she will never be able to have a real relationship with Will because his life will be ending soon due to the self-assisted suicide. There was no way they could ever be together. Lou is very angry with Will and herself that she even let herself believe that he would ever live or maybe make him change his mind. The next stage would be the repair stage, which is when the partners may attempt to save or repair their relationship by changing their behaviors. Will asks Lou to come with him to Switzerland, which is where his self-assisted suicide will take place, but at first Lou declines due to her bitterness of Will not thinking she was enough to live for. In the end, Lou decides to go to Switzerland and say her last goodbyes. They rekindle their love and share last moments together. The next stage and the final stage is the termination, the end of the relationship. The relationship ends when Will dies from self-assisted death service. In the end, Will writes a letter to Lou to read once he has died. This sort of rekindled the relationship, but it is still a sad ending to the relationship as a whole. Thank you.